Hey guys, has been a while since I posted. A lot has happened. I know y'all have probably been wondering. Since I've been out of the hospital, I was only there in the ER for, um, I guess 18 hours. I'd gone to bed the night before around 1:30 and woke up around 4 with a fever. So I'd gone to the emergency room and they basically gave me 2 sets of IV antibiotics of Zosyn and vancomycin. So the vancomycin was 12 hours apart. So I was probably there till 2:30, I think. So I can't remember how much I gave in my last update because I was on a lot of medications. Um, so I've been fine since then. The infection seems to have completely, what's the word I'm looking for? This chemo brain sucks. Resolved. It's completely resolved. So I've even been able to decorate my house a little bit. As you can see, this is my room upstairs. So I've got a few things up, but I'll probably post some pictures later with all my other decorations if I ever get them complete. Because I do a little bit and then I have to sit down, and then I do a little bit and sit down because the exhaustion is just still there. It doesn't seem like it's going away very quickly. So I'm gonna have to start working to build up my endurance. I still have my drain. Whoopee! Beginning to hate this stupid thing, but I just, yep, there it is. So yeah, it goes in right there underneath my ghost tit is what we're calling it, I guess. And he was gonna take it out last week when I had my follow-up with him, but it's still putting out too much. So I'm going tomorrow, and he said since next week will be this will be week 4, he's definitely taking out no matter what, how much it's putting out, just for infection risks. So prayers that they do actually take it out, and then I can go and take a bath in a couple weeks. I think that'll be my Christmas present to myself, is that I can actually get in a bathtub and read a book and chill. I do have some cording. If y'all don't know what cording is, don't worry. Most of the doctors don't either. I used to think it was tendon related, but it's actually more lymph fluid related, and it feels like somebody has an attachment from my arm to my chest, keeping it from moving all the way, and it is even bad down in the crook of my arm. I can feel it, and then sometimes I can feel it down to my wrist too. So it can also be adhesions or scarring. So I've been doing some exercises to try to stretch it, and then I do these massages to try to help move some of the lymph fluid around. So seems a little bit better. He wanted me to be able to hold my arm all the way up, which I can. I just can't straighten my arm all the way. That's about as much as it goes, but you can see it. All these lines. All of this right here, that's cording. That entire area. So, yeah. I can feel it down in my chest wall too. It's not fun. But good news is I'm getting my hair back. It's mostly coming in gray. I'm actually gonna have to start shaping it soon and cutting some of the longer hairs until it fills in some spots. But the cool thing is it's really soft, so I like to spend my time running my hands through it. But as all my hair, including whiskers and everything, starts and mustache are starting to come back, now my eyelashes and eyebrows completely fell out. Now my eyebrows are starting to come in, but they're just right here, so I'm still having to draw them mostly. And yeah, I've gotten some eyelashes in, but they've been white and they're real thin and they go in funky directions. I'm hoping that changes soon with the next batch that comes in, because they're a pain in the butt. So that's it for now. So I'll see the doctor tomorrow. I'm going to see the radiologist first and then the surgeon. Get this drain pulled out of me. They'll probably assign me a physical therapist to help with the cording and the lymph edema. And then after that, in January, I'll probably start radiation. Yay. Most likely it's going to be once a day, 5 days a week for 6 weeks. And then I have to start hormone therapy because I'm HR negative, but I'm HER2 negative, but I'm ER and PR positive. So those are hormone related proteins. And so they're going to put me into menopause basically, which is lovely. But I'm lucky that it does have those receptors on it, so that's one other way that we can fight it. They said that that's actually what's going to do a lot of the killing and getting rid of these tumors, and decrease the chance of me having a reoccurrence. Because the last stat that I saw was, I can't remember exactly how many people, but reoccurrence is not unusual, but it usually either happens right at the surgical site. People get the same type of rash in that same area, or it'll be in other places. It could be, lymph nodes, lungs, bones, anywhere. So there's still a lot they don't know about this disease. So just make sure all your friends know. And just because it's not a lump doesn't mean it's not breast cancer. This doesn't usually have a lump, and completely different from any other breast cancer. So a lot of women don't get diagnosed, and they're usually a stage 4 because they've been treated like it was an infection. And luckily I'm a nurse and I know, but that's why I'm making these videos, so that hopefully all of you out there will pass it on to other women, that you're not supposed to just look for lumps. You're supposed to look for any abnormalities in your breast, including color, rashes, the orange peel looking skin, little dimpling, and just don't give up with your doctors if you have a feeling that something's not right. As it doesn't show up on mammograms, it'll show up as skin thickening. It'll show up a little bit more on ultrasound as skin thickening. They may see a few little calcifications, but that's usually it. You have to push to get those MRIs, and you have to push to get biopsies, because otherwise they'll divvy time away, and before you know it, you're stage 4. We actually lost a woman on my Facebook group last week. I think she was diagnosed in 2012 and had been fighting it on and off since then. So that kind of got to me last week. And then there is a woman that is in her 20s that is pregnant and has 2 kids that are both in the toddler age. and she is stage 4. It's spread to her bones and her liver, and it's, they thought it was just mastitis, so it's really difficult. Most of the women that are in that group, they've had reoccurrences. It'll be different variances as to how long, but there was one girl that I'd been talking to a lot because she was diagnosed a few months before me, and she had completed all of her radiation and everything. She was at the end of what they call the trimodal treatment, and within months they found a reoccurrence on the other breast, and then that it had spread to other areas. So it's kind of hard knowing that this could be something I'm living with the rest of my life. And nurses don't make very good patients, neither do dancers. So the lack in control it finally got to me last week. Finally had my breakdown. Matt walked into the middle of it. So I'm better now. I'm talking to my nurse practitioner about my psych meds, and she's helping me keep a head afloat, because of course it's not just this, it's Christmas, and it's the pandemic, and it's having a senior in high school and forgetting to get his senior photos made, and so he won't be in the yearbook, and then it's forgetting to send in his information about accommodations for his ACT that he needs. And all kinds of little things like that. I feel bad because I'm trying to keep as much off of my husband's plate as possible. He's got so much going on with work, and trying to take care of the house and the boys and do as much as he can. But my memory is just so awful since the chemo that I'm just doing all kinds of crazy things. The oncologist told me last week that it would start getting better soon. I hope so. I can't deal with this. And of course, the loss of range of motion in my arm has been difficult for me. Being a dancer. Although being a dancer also helps because I have such an awareness of my body. I can tell where it's tight. So I usually do pretty well with physical therapists. They can usually give me exercises to do at home, and I can pretty much tell if I'm hitting the right muscles and whatnot. So hopefully I'll have this tube out tomorrow, and then in 2 weeks, I'll be my Christmas present. I can take a bath, and I'll be finished with the antibiotics today. So I'll try to do updates more frequently. Last week was mentally a bad week for me. I really haven't wanted to talk to anybody. So it all just finally hit, which is okay. I mean, everybody goes through stuff like this, and you've got to let it out somehow. So mine was crying over my Christmas ribbons as I was ironing them to straighten them. So which that seems to be what I do when I'm upset, is clean or iron or something. Sometimes I think my husband makes me mad because he knows I'm gonna clean. But anyways, the boys have actually been helping out a lot. They put my Christmas decorations out front, and Logan was pretty proud of them. He was even making videos of them, calling me the Nutcracker Master. So, he's so funny, that kid. Oh my God. I can't believe he's driving and he's going to graduate next year. And I'm just praying that he gets to have a normal graduation. Because this has been so hard. But anyways, so it's after 1 o'clock. I have to get up at 6:30, so I'm going to let y'all go. I'll give you some more updates after I see the doctors and talk to the radiologist, and if there's any new information. But in the meantime, just pray for me, pray for my family. Thanks for all of the people reaching out to me. I really appreciate it. So I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.